Welcome to a great workout. My name is Ria. I'm gonna guide you through an excellent class with these. So these are gliders, sliders, fitness bands, whatever you wanna call them. I'm gonna use them on the floor for my feet, for my hands. So bring those and a mat and some weight if you have something. And then you and we're gonna work out together. And make sure you like and subscribe and all of that before you do anything else. Yay! We're gonna warm up. Just spend a few minutes doing that, and then we're gonna get into every single muscle in the body. So that's gonna be amazing. So take your shoulders up and around for circle movement. And most of you would know that I record these videos because I like to work out, actually. And I like to share that joy with the rest of the world. That's why I'm doing it. So this is my workout together with you. Okay. Twisting. Core engaged, twist, bring your arms up with shoulder height, moving your hip from left to right. Getting some spinal rotation here is really great for us. Our spine is often doing a little too little when we're sitting a lot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up and running, heels towards the buttocks. And I know that some of these movements might be a little, let's get into it. But we need to warm up before we do anything else. So our body is prepared for the heavy lifting that we're gonna do. All right, you can always walk instead of doing this. So anything that I'm doing with cardio, jumping, you continue with this. I just want to show you, if you can't do it, you can always walk and adjust here, okay? Always able to do that. Jumping jacks. Up on your toes. Let your fingertips reach each other on top of your head, and as well down on your thighs here. 4, 3, 2, pausing with a bit distance in between your feet. Let the toes point out and then sit down. When I say point out, it doesn't mean a whole lot, but a little bit. Get your hip back, sit down, and get the pelvics, floor, the buttocks involved as you rise up in your squat. Let's do 3. 2, and last one. The gliders, sliders are great for core strength. Find balance. Take your left leg, do circles with your hip. So they're great for core strength. They're great for leg strength. So that's what we're gonna get into today. Other leg. And remember, challenging your body is an essential part of getting in shape. So don't listen to your body if it's just a matter of, I just don't feel like it. Listen to your body if there's pain signals, but not this, just that, I'm lazy. Put the lazy voice aside and move. Right leg back, we're gonna do a few lunges. Not going too fast, bending the back leg as well as the front, tracking the knee in the direction of the toes. 2 and 1. Skipping, I was about to say switching. Keep the spine tall. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Get some distance in between your feet, and preferably some distance. Toes tracking forward. Bring your hands out and then go for a little bit of an airplane, moving from side to side. Keep the core, the shoulders are aligned with the heels. and engage the abdomen, so navel in towards the spine. Little bit of extension and flexion here in the back and the side muscles. All right, staying with your feet far apart. I'm moving back because we need space in front of us. Just take your arms here, your wrists in circles, shake them, whatever. We're gonna do plank, but with the legs lifted or far apart. So lean forward, walk your hands to the front as far as you can go. Maybe stepping a little bit out, staying far apart. Don't lower down your hip. You can always come down on your knees. Staying put. Walk your hands back. And rise up. We're just gonna do that one more time. Standing wide, walking yourself to the front. Staying here, maybe moving on your toes. Really pushing into the floor with your fingers, shoulders. And then walk your hands back. Awesome. All right. That was the warm-up part. So let's get some weights going. So I'm just gonna go with hand weights today. Bars is on the side there. So take whatever weight you have. If you have the bar, you want to choose that, go ahead. I'm gonna try this one today. So go a little bit heavy on the weight. We're gonna do squats and lift up overhead. So toes are pointing out. I'm just gonna turn up the music a little bit because I like my party here. My slow party. All right, squatting down, toes and knees in the same direction. And when I rise up, I watch my nose and my teeth so I don't get the weight in there. But that's it. Yep. And I am moving somewhat fast. Could I go more heavy? If I took both hand weights, and maybe we're gonna do that as well. Let's see. Let's do 6. Not too fast. 5. Keep the root lock pelvic floor in as you reach the arms up overhead. 3 more. And the last one. Yep. Let's just continue with this. Make sure that they don't fall off. If you have something that you can kind of screw in. Gonna do triceps. So I have a little bit uneven weight here on my bar, but I'm gonna do it twice so I can switch. So I'm gonna take the weight behind my head, elbows pointing forward as best as possible, keeping my spine still. Lowering down, reaching up. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, stay put, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then pause for the arms to move into our legs. So you're gonna find the gliders and actually maybe just use one of them. If you happen to have what I have here, so you can see one is like slippery and one is more, what's that? I don't know, some plastics. Or when I'm on a carpet, I'm gonna go with the slippery side. If I was on the traditional floor, I would use the other side, which is why these are super great and they're not expensive. So take the thing underneath your left leg, squeeze it or move it out to the side, lowering down on your right, pull it in. Those inner thighs are working hard. Not used to this, don't go to the full extent, maybe just a little bit out, and then you can always switch things up. So seeing it from different angles here. So I have my heel lifted, pushing down through the ball of the toes. And in a bit, I'm gonna count so we can follow a pace here. All right, follow me now. Going out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit your hip back, pulling up. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna follow the beat for this music. Going out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull in. 4, 3. Pull down. 2 more times. Out. 4, 3. Let the hip and the standing leg stay down in. Last one. Down. 4, 3. Sit low. 4 out and back. Breathe. Sip of water, maybe opposite side. Just going out a few times with no beat, no rhythm as such. Now, the knee is under a lot of nice pressure here. The knee joint can easily be kind of tweaked a little bit out in a rotation or a twist, but we want to keep it steady, and the ligaments in the knee are trying very hard to stabilize, and that's great for the knee, but we don't want to overdo it to feel if it is okay. If it doesn't feel okay, maybe just bring the leg behind you. We're going to do that later. Just bring it behind you if you feel it in your knee. All right, slowing it down, out for 4, 4, 3, sit your hip back, 2, 1, pull it in, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can shimmy with your shoulders. A few more. Remember, it's just as much going up as going down. I'm a little bit out of beat by now, but last one. Awesome. Release. Now we're gonna use both of the gliders. We're gonna take one on each toe. If you're on a really slippery surface, be mindful as you come down, you don't like fall out somewhere. So planking. If you're not used to planking, you might not use the gliders. You might just come down here, might just use your elbows. No many great options. So make peace with what you can do. But if you're up for this, bring one knee in, let it hover, bring it out, other leg, in and out, slowly. So keep the hip almost completely still. I am doing the best I can to incorporate strength around my belly button. I'm pulling the belly button in. 4, 3, 2, and last one. If that was too much, just do half of it. I'm good if you're good. Going back, I'm just going to take a sip of water. A second way or second tour. Let's go for a little bit shorter distance in between the feet and when we squat. So again, I'm going to hold on to my weight here, or maybe in just a moment I'll grab onto both weights. Let's see. So hip width distance in between your feet. When you sit down, the toes are tracking forward, the knees are doing that direction. Lift up overhead. So I know I can do better, so I'm going to try to do both. It could look like this. So much harder. So it's not my legs that are fatiguing by now, it's my arms, shoulders. And breathe. Let's do 5 more. Sitting low, so the squats are 50% of this. In my body by now, it feels like 25% because my arms are getting tired. Last one, and we're through. All right, triceps, kickbacks overhead. So again, hold on to your weight in whatever way makes sense. I have so much weight that I feel it in my thumb at some point, so I might grab on a little bit differently this time. Anyway, watch your head. Elbows pointing forward. Take the weight behind your head. Keep the spine still. Now, if the elbows move out, maybe try to move them a little bit forward. It's not like it's harmful to bring them out like this, but if you want triceps, the back of the arm you don't have to go too far. Whew. I have a little bit of trouble holding on to my weight here without getting my arms out. All right. I know the music a little bit loud, so I hope you still can hear me. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And take the gliders underneath, just use one of them underneath the foot. Let's just begin with the right foot this time. Not the same direction, you're going to pull it back, and again start gently and then you can always go more into depth with it. So move the leg back, bending the front leg. You can keep it stretched out or bend it, that's up to you. Coming forward, toes tracking by each other here. Really gauging the whole back line here off the front foot, especially if you really try to push the heel down. Making sure that I don't drop the front knee in, so as I pull myself up, my knee is not falling in like that, okay? Keeping it directly out. And if you want more, I know I can do it, so I'm gonna challenge myself. You might wanna put hand weight. This might be a little bit too much, but let's try. It can also just be one of them. Squeeze the shoulder blades back if you are incorporating weight like I am here. Oh. So push down on the glider with your toes. Let's go for 4. I can't do it too quickly. 3. Last one. Okay, I'm just gonna pause with the weight other foot. I did the first couple of things without weights. I'm going to do that as well here. And remember, as well as mine, left and right are not super equal. I want to try to make them as strong as possible and even things out if it's really uneven. But maybe injuries are the cause that to something just being different from left to right, and we just have to deal with that. That's life. Again, traditional lunges are just as good if this for some reason is not really working for you, or if you don't have gliders. Come on. 5 more. I'm really focusing on not trying to compensate by pulling the leg back, by moving my hip out to the side, or, really trying to align myself to incorporate the best possible posture and strength, even though it's hard. Last one. Cheers. You really get to enjoy drinking water if you're working out and it's hot. Water is just the greatest drink ever, right? If you're used to drinking a lot of juice and you think, oh, that's healthy, it's more healthy to drink water. It's more healthy to drink water. Not that juice doesn't have a place, but still, water is the ultimate thing. Whew, okay, knee in, but this time, bring the other leg in, or the other knee in, so both knees in. Out, out. In, out, out. Still hip, still. If this is too much, go back, do the other one where we don't have both knees hovering over the floor. Switch leg, so the other leg comes in first. The hip flexors are also really getting a nice workout here. 2 more. Oh, I know it's a lot to stay in plank for this long. All right, a little bit of core before we do another kind of a sequence. Can we call it that? Maybe. So, this is a great exercise for your back. You are gonna be moving all the way to the edge of the mat because you're gonna get your head out here. So I just have my chest on the floor. Actually, you can also just do a blanket or towel if you have you don't know who has been on the floor before you. Maybe just bring the towel out. But you want it to be squeezed a little bit in because we're gonna lift up. I'm just gonna move my belt here. So bring both hands on the glider. And then you lift the chest off. You bring your arms out to the side and lift up like this. I hope you can see it. Pull down as you move to the front. So as you pull back, you push down, lift the chest up, and opposite direction, same procedure. So this is more arm strength that you would probably think. And look at my pace here. I'm slow. I'm super slow. if you feel like, get those sensations that this is almost like a push-up or a tricep push-up, something like that, yes, you are on the right track. It is. But the thing is that latissimus dorsi, it's called, is a long back muscle that actually ends or attaches to the arm bone, just underneath the arm bone. So whenever we're doing things like this, pushing our arms to the front, we are elongating all the way through the back, all the way down to the back of the lower back. And we pull down, and lift up, especially like this. We shorten it and strengthen it, among other things. 2 more. Push down. And you should feel some resistance on the floor. Otherwise, it's too easy. And then maybe you move more back. And we're just gonna do back exercises for the lower back and things. So you can just rest your arms. I felt that on your head, the forehands here, forehead on your hands. You're gonna lift up, put your legs out to the side, together and down, or partly together. So my toes are pointing down. Get some distance, together, lower down. And here we go again. Up, out, in, down. Up, far out, and down. Gonna repeat that. If you feel like your knee joint is like gliding over the mat, maybe see if you can lift higher. Challenge yourself. Breathe. 4 more where you really go to the highest level. Last 2. Hope you feel this again in the back line. Last one. That was so tough. Okay, let's stretch our spine. So we are gonna do something, hopefully you find fun. We are gonna be renting, can you say that, rent a little bit of exercises from yoga. So now this is a very short mat compared to my yoga mat. So let's see if it works. I'm gonna find downward facing dog. So I'm gonna stretch my spine, but keep a little bit of a bend in the legs. We're gonna move from this posture into plank. And if you're not used to this, I'll encourage you to come down your knees. Take the pointy part of the elbows as far back as you can. If it comes a little bit out, that's just how it is, but try to keep it in. Lower down. Then lifting through your arms, let the hips stay low. Go for an up dog. Engage the core, slowly move your hip up and back, let the knees off the mat, finding that downward facing dog. Maybe this was a new thing for you, so let's try it a few more times. Moving into plank. Maybe staying on your knees. Elbows in, lower down. Hover over the floor, lift up. Maybe hover with the knees as well, maybe not, depends on your back. Core in, move the hip up and back. We're gonna do this 3 more times. And please be mindful of your back. This is a deep back bend when we go for that lift, so just keep your knees down. Lots of triceps, so if you feel that, maybe you can't lift, that's fine, you don't have to go low. So if you want a little bit easier because you feel like this is not gonna do, look at me. Come down, bring your knees down, just go a little bit down. Don't have to go far, and then lift up. You're good. Yep. Do it one last time now that you really got it. Yep. We are gonna do core work a little bit later. Oh, time's going Out to the side. Gonna do one last things for the legs. So I'm just gonna stay here. Actually, I'm gonna take the heel on the glider. You can take your left heel on the glider. So you sit down in a squat, but with the legs front. You're gonna stretch here at the back. And now I'm gonna turn so you can see. And then you're gonna bring the leg in, take the toes on it, and then kind of crisscross back. Now, if I sit down, there's space for me. If I sit down here, notice if it's okay for your knee. Bring it up, it's so good for your thigh, your hip, buttocks, heel to the front. Move back, toe, pull the glider behind you, go for that twist or that. We call it buttocks twist in Danish. I have no idea what this is called in English. I don't know exactly where to place myself here. This is it. So again, not too fast. So this might be, again, a new move. Notice where your knees are. They're having too much of a party. We don't want them to have a hangover after. So I am maybe gliding further back than to the side. I feel that's better for my knee, so you can just do what works for you, but still crossing it. Four more times. Heavy breathing. Let's do the last one. I hope you feel this. This is the buttocks that's really working hard. When you pull that foot behind you, especially when you rise up, you're really engaging the whole back side as well as the thigh. Most of us feel the hamstrings more than the thighs for some reason. Opposite leg. I'm turning this way. Core, again, engaged so that the spine stays somewhat straight. Sitting down. And again, use any of the other postures or movements we did if this is not working for you. And keep focusing on what you are accomplishing here. You are getting so strong. You might not feel it right now, but you are. You are in progress of change right now. You are changing. You know that? On a cellular level, you are changing your body. Your muscle fibers are being torn a little bit apart so that the system afterwards tells the body to restore, to heal those muscle fibers. And that is what creates your strength. And if you want to get really in shape, recovery, time to heal is essential for 1-2 days. But then you need to get some sort of impact again. Because otherwise the muscles kind of just go back to that ground level it had before. So working out once a week is great. If that's what you can do, congratulate yourself. But if you can do it 3 times a week, you will get fit. You will get stronger. 3 more times then. I believe we are really on a good point here. Whew, I'm sweating. I feel it. I feel it in my buttocks. I feel it in my bone. I don't hope YouTube bans my video for me singing that. finish. Just a few more minutes. One last thing in plank. This again, just getting more and more advanced, might not be your thing. Always just track the knees in. I'm gonna pull my hip up like a down dog, but a little bit high one, and then glide back into plank. If not, just try to keep the knees in as we have already done. Keep your hip steady and still. This is a great exercise. I sometimes do it on a ball, exercise ball. If you have seen some of those videos, if you like switching things up, try the videos with a ball. There are quite a number of them. Four more. Again, push down through your toes. 3. Last one. You know, I feel this more in my shoulder than I do in my core, and that's fine. If you were doing this, part of it, whatever you were doing with me, you might have felt it in your core. It's really different where we are strong and weak. We're gonna finish with some absolute great core workout. So you need a little bit of space to the side because we're gonna bring the legs out to the side. One of my new favorite exercises. I bring my hand behind my head, my neck really like that. So easier version, bend your knees and do all that I'm doing with your knees bended, more or less. Push the bottom part of the spine down into the mat and keep it there as you bring one leg out to the side and up over your hip again. Opposite. And that's it. If you want more, you can always start with your legs a little bit further away from your hip, then you will challenge your muscles also just when they're up there, or even lifting your head as well. Come on, keep engaging everything. Last 4, 2 to each side. If you're so much quicker than I, slow down. Last one. Get your head down if your head is lifted. We're gonna do traditional crunches, but this time really focusing on lifting the hip. That doesn't mean you have to bring your legs far overhead, but maybe lift the hip towards the ceiling. I bring my hands down here. I try not to push too hard through my hands, but really lifting the hip. Maybe I'm gonna bring my hands behind my head again. And try to lift. Feel this again in the lower part of your core. Come on. Lift. Oh yeah. Let's do 5. This is the last part. 4, 3. Ooh, I feel it burning. 2 and 1. Yes, my friend, that's it for now. Thank you so much. Always remember, enjoy it, celebrate that you did yet another video, and come back, celebrate with me next week or do one of the gazillion other videos that I've done. Blessings on your path, and see you another time.